1970, we sure we did before fruit. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Work hard and we shine, commitment, dedication. Neurosurgery, comedy, music, Nollywood. SOTK, Dr. Call, MC Casino. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Great Uniben, great Uniben, great Uniben, great Uniben. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Uniben Alumni Series. This is a show that will showcase finest graduates of one of the greatest universities in Africa, the University of Benin. And to this episode, we have a public affairs analyst. He is also a consultant at the National Assembly with the House Committee on HIV/AIDS, Tuberculosis, Leprosy, and Malaria Control. He is a prince. He is Prince Akinloye Oyeniyi. Thank you very much, sir. Before, we used to call him comrade. I don't know, sir, if you are still a comrade, sir.
That was the way we were student union leaders.
Thank you very much, sir. And I really appreciate your patience, especially getting to this point. Thank you, sir. We'll go straight into business, sir. During your time as a student of Uniben, you were fondly called HOD.
Yes, HOD
Uniben. What was that name about? Because the HOD we know is head of department, and you were not at any point head of department. So what was it about?
It's actually the HOD is the head of department too, but it was done in our clearance at the auditorium. I think ourselves we were that day the auditorium became so unruly because they are trying to control us. So and I saw that we are just coming in and. I've been an elderly person because I got into University of Benin when I was quite old. So when I saw everybody, where everybody is just doing like Bobby, so I would say gaga 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 gaga. So I now have to coordinate everybody, all the honor level students in the auditorium. I have to coordinate everybody. That this is how we are going to do this, how things can. So I joined hands with the school authority on that day. I coordinated everybody, and I was given the HOD by the student there. He called me head of department. The entire Uniben is my department. And I used that all my duties before I left.
Okay, that's how that name came about. Okay. So you have a Bachelor's of Arts in Linguistics. You also have a Master's degree in Legislative Studies from the University of Benin. Was linguistics your first choice of course when you were applying to study at the University of Benin?
Yes, something brought me to University of Benin. My background.
Okay.
My background as a Yoruba man. My background as somebody who is from a ruling dynasty in my place. Then I saw Ife and the University of Benin as at the same at par, where because I don't just want to go to school, I want to get educated, and I still don't want to go far away from traditions, especially when it comes to issue of royalhood. So, and I chose my first choice, University of Benin. And my second choice, I took University of Ilorin because of Professor Ore Yusuf. He's late now. The man, the prof I'm still using is for him. Was a great linguist, Ore Yusuf. For those who have come across him and those who have not, maybe some of his books. So I chose University of Ilorin because of Professor Ore Yusuf. I chose University of Benin because of my royal blood.
Okay, but if I may say, with all due respect to those that study linguists and those still studying linguists, it is not something that is actually fashionable
especially maybe at the time you went to the university. What was that motivation? It must be from somewhere, or you felt okay, I needed this linguistics to push this career. Or what was that?
You know, life is dynamic.
Yes,
When I say
definitely.
life is dynamic, communication is also dynamic.
Okay.
If you are, like I said, because of my background, like we don't know, it's not, although it is not all princes that will become kings, but
Yeah.
in my own case, because we are a dynasty, I've read far ahead, even before I chose linguistics to come to University of Benin, far ahead.
Oh, that means your venture into University of Benin to study linguistics was it was a projection for you as okay becoming a king. Okay,
Yes, and
that's
to be able
good to hear.
to navigate the society very, very well.
It was really strategic. We wish you all well in the quest to become a monarch. Uh, you aspire to become SUG president while in school. Yes. First off, what inspired that aspiration? And secondly, can you let us know why it was unsuccessful? What made it unsuccessful at that point?
Actually, while we were at auditorium, I have these two friends. One is from East, from Enugu, and I have one from Benin, Orion. So and then that day we were just talking, and I said, since and then I said, since we can coordinate everybody like this, why don't we? I said, oh, where I'm coming from, I've been student leader for a very long time. Just that I'm having some issues with the federal government before I arrived here, but I can't do anything less than maybe SG president. Then one of us now chose to be English and Literature president. The other one chose to be FASA speaker. And by the
Okay.
grace of God, we started installing, started putting in people. The FASA president became FASA president, yeah, rather, not English and Literature president, became FASA president.
Father President.
And
Okay, the faculty.
the other person became FASA speaker. So during my own time, my own jurisdiction is very large, and to a large
Yes.
extent, I've tried to install some of the faculty presidents and paraport president and departmental president and so on and so on. So I
Yeah.
have been a politician also then. But because something happened, when we came in, we met. When we came in, we met. We didn't meet SUG. We didn't meet SUG government. We met
Okay.
caretaker committee, and we put in effort that we know where I'm coming from. I can't. We don't do this kind of a thing. We need to. So we organize, and then we have people in Uniben then that they call them landlords. But because of my experience in NAS, I've been a
Okay.
student in I think since 1995.
Okay.
1995. Yes, I've been in NAS since 1995 because of my issues there. I came to Uniben. So I saw those ones. University students, I've seen them as people who are too big, quote and unquote. I'm not no insult intended, but I saw those ones that are people we can handle. And we went into the election. We went round, and we brought out jingles and some other distance, and we were able to install Joseph Onechame then as
Yeah.
the SUG president.
Okay. I
And
think the current commissioner in Delta State
in
also
Delta,
commissioner for
the
health.
current commissioner of health in Delta State
Yeah.
now. So we brought him in as the SUG president. And I think in this show, that was the first time uh, 100 level student will be given committee chairman in the parliament.
Oh.
I was given committee chairmanship. They said no, 100 level student cannot be because of our political power. Then I stayed on. I couldn't function officially, but I was functioning. Action and Mobilization Committee chairman. I was functioning underground. We couldn't. I couldn't function officially, but we didn't allow anybody to function officially. Nobody was appointed until I left the position. And again,
Okay.
after that, I aspired to be your three. Or three now. I aspired to be your three mayor. There
Oh.
was a lot of confusions here and there. Then I stayed it out again a year. Nobody was appointed. We were there. We were coordinating until the issue of SUG. So all those issues culminated into uh, what led to what happened during the SUG election. I was actually arrested by the DSS. I was picked up. When I was arrested, they said that I chased the VC out of school. I said no.
Oh.
On the campaign ground, I only made some statement. They said my statements, I should come to the CSO's office to come and write statements.
Sorry, can you let us know what kind of statements were those?
I said the VC was sponsoring a student then.
Oh, but you didn't have the facts.
And if I have to call me, HOD, this thing you have, I say, I don't talk with you, I won't talk. Who could face the election tomorrow? I don't talk my own. So I went to the CSO's office. I was actually arrested at the student affairs. So I was arrested. While they were taking me out, I made some calls. Before they collected my phone, they would go to the CSO office. They said I should move. I said I will not move. They wanted to take my mugshot. I said I will not take that. Before Harrison, now the president, the current president, the then president, Harrison Oyeniyi now arrived. What happened? I narrated to him before and it was election day. The Uniben student, they've had 3 or 4
yeah.
12 and the rest that have been arrested, that they've taken me to GRA. So everywhere went this up in uproar. People started chanting and they started coming to main gate. So when the information got to the CSO that they are coming to the main gate, that they are going to be students are going to be unruly, they now said I should be released.
Okay.
So they did on my behalf, and I was released. When I was released, I saw that the election has gone too far. So that's why I setting contact out that instead of the VC candidate to win, we rather put in Chinelo.
So okay.
Sent information out that all my people should vote for Chinelo. I think in the election, I came 3rd or 4th.
Oh, despite your on ground.
That was how we were able to bring in Chinelo. And I handed over all my manifesto to her when she came in. And that was how we were able to get boreholes in the Hall of Residences today.
Okay. That's
we're not having boreholes in the Hall of Residence. We have central water system.
Okay, so it was during Chinelu's time, Chinelu's government that
it was my manifesto. That we cannot be paying so amount. I've calculated all the rooms in all the Hall of Residences. I know each or 3 was generating, I think about 11 million or there about then. So I've calculated everything. We cannot be generating this much. How much is boreholes? Give us borehole per Hall of Residences. Yes, I don't want to stay long in Uniben that will be doing make we go down. No. Give us these boreholes and you people you will even rest.
I agree.
That was how we were able to get those
boreholes. Was Chinelu able to actualize all you wanted to do? Was Chinelu able to do? What were those things that you felt you could have done if you had it?
Yeah, we were able to. We achieved some. About major 2, the increment of school fee and the boreholes. Throughout when I was in Uniben, the school fee was not increased.
Okay.
We didn't witness. No, we didn't. There was a particular time. When you this late payment fee when you want to write exams. I think then it was the VP was. I think it was Esther. So we were able to achieve that too. We went through this thing. When you are negotiating, you can't be confrontational. When you are confrontational, you go behind. I used to be confrontational. When I go like that, I will call the management behind. I'll call the dean of students. I will speak with them. So I will do those things because if we scatter everything here, we'll not have where to work. Me too. I will not have where to graduate. So let us just be doing it like that. That was how I was able to manage myself until I got there. And one day I saw a part. I said, HOD, you never graduated. I said, you never released me. Now, if you release me, I will go.
That's a good recall of memories. What are other fun memories you have about Uniben, your time as a student of Uniben? What were the fun memories you had?
Yes, then, I don't know of now, then. See, then it's just that, from the student side, we'll be thinking, the management will be thinking they don't like us or they hate us. No, it was not so.
Yeah.
You have to, if you didn't leave the 2 words, you wouldn't know where they meet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us come to Uniben, we live only student life. So you won't know whether the management, they actually care for us. Actually, if you have convincing argument, there are a lot of when we anytime we are on holiday, I don't go on holiday on time. I will stay behind.
Okay.
I will stay behind in case there's anything. I will meet with management. I will do this, and every semester I used to write situation report. I have a lot of letters at home. I have a lot of letters I wrote to this every semester. I will do security situation report. I will do academic situation report. I will do infrastructure. I will do everything and how we can those places we are not having light, all those street light. I will write to them those spots we are not having this. We are not having this. We are not having this. If these ones can be around, we won't be having all the issues of student unrest or health crisis and the rest. And you will think it will confirm that during that period, we don't really have much of court killings or too much of riots in Uniben while I was there.
Okay. What do you think was the reason? What were people doing specially that helped in that?
Because we were relating with I was actually relating with the manager, and we other people like that. We are relating with I write to them, and whatever one thing about society, Uniben is a society, and like you have Ubowo, it's a society. You have Benin, as a society. You have Edo State as a society. You have Nigeria. Those who as Uniben, even inside Uniben, you have each hostel as society. What I do, there are some things you do as a student. There are some things management will do. Like in my department, we don't. Then we were having this very old notice. What is it called? It's not notice board. We have notice board is there. Then this signpost.
Okay.
On my own, I have to do the 51 for my department. And I wrote to the department that I want to adopt the departmental library. Although then the thing went through a lot of issues. I was not given the chance, but I bought books, I bought dictionaries, I bought some books, and I gave them.
Thank you very much.
And a lot of things like that. You understand me now?
Yeah.
And like I said, I write reports. I write to my HOD. I do write to my dean. I write to, especially dean of student. I'm always with the dean of student. If issues is happening, anything is happening, issue of security, even if I'm in class, I will meet my lecturer. This is what is happening. I want to go out.
Where were you so concerned? Sorry, why were you so concerned about the security of the university? Why did you have so much interest in that?
University, all higher institutions are not normal society. There you have majority of people who are hot-headed. And you have like 100 level students, they are mostly just getting out of teenage age, and most of them are just coming out from under their parents for the first time. So they want to they have this
they want to explore.
They want to exert. You understand me now? They want to do. So you have to, as an elderly person, you have to be able to. And when school is trying to control them, the possibility of it going out of the way is there. So I have to now stay in the gap between the student and the school management. You understand me now? I have to stay in between. The chancellor then was Olowo. I will write to him. The pro-chancellor then was later became the former deputy governor of Rivers State, Sir Gabriel Toby. I used to write to him whenever he's around at the Capitol. I will go there. I will meet with him. I used to meet with Professor Maze then. People like Professor Okunofwa. I meet not just VCs. I meet with people who I know if I'm talking, they'll be able to help me and put in some support from Professor F.E. Okunofwa, Professor Eragbe. Professor Eragbe, those are the men.
Yeah, Professor Okunofwa recently retired from the university. Professor Okunofwa
is retired.
No, Professor Okunofwa.
Yes, I saw his this thing. I think this year.
Yes.
Then Dr. Omagbemi and the rest. I think he's in Delsu now. Then Professor Yuka, and a lot of them like that. I work with them behind the scene. Then I will go and do whatever I want to do. I will now come back to come and brief them. Sir, this is what happened. This is where you can come in. And we have 4 years, apart from ASU strike, little ASU strike, Uniben, we didn't go on strike.
No, that's good.
And
Did you ever regret not emerging as SCG president?
What did you say?
Did you regret not emerging as SCG president? Was there ever a time that you felt, oh, I wish I was?
Yes, like every aspiration, when you aspire, you didn't get there, you have to. I regretted. I'm still regretting because regret is a regret. You can't take it off because I actually wanted this. At times when I talk to management, there are some way they used to dance. Because I don't have the power, but if I have the power and I'm the SCG president, it won't. It won't be.
Okay.
It won't be. But doing something as an auxiliary is different from doing something when you are
in charge. Yeah, I quite agree.
Yeah.
Outside the Uniben certificate, the BA you have, and obviously the masters, what other attribute did you take from the University of Benin?
From the University of Benin, this. If you are not, I don't know of now. But the Uniben of them, my brother. Tell me, when you are entering University of Benin, you see this artistic. It is true. Those things you see there, they are very, very true. Before you leave University of Benin, you see all back. You will see all back. If you are not brilliant, if you are not sound, it's just like the school anthem. Knowledge for service untold. You understand me now? Because by the time you come out of University of Benin, what you'll be doing will be exceptional. It will be exceptional. It will be exceptional. I came out of University of Benin. I was having this mind before I left that I'm not going to work for anybody. So I came out of University of Benin. I was already overaged. I can't serve because I was so eager to start working. And immediately I got into the labor market. I got myself established from there. Since then till now. So University of Benin will not only train you for academic wise, not for the certificate. The character is there. Then being in Benin, Benin is not the Benin. This Benin is coming from Benin Empire, and there's history. So you have to, you cannot be except you are just passing through University of Benin, and University of Benin is not passing through you. You have to, the respect is there. There's a way, till now, even on Twitter, on social media, when you talk about Oba in some certain way, people will caution you. So when you are in a land that is a respected land, you are in a jurisdiction that is a respected jurisdiction, and you are so fortunate that type of institution like University of Benin happens to be in that particular place. You are trained to have honor for whom honor is due. You are trained to be academically sound. You are trained to withstand any stress. Any stress. You are trained to withstand that. And you are trained to see in others whatever that is not in you, and you are seeing in others. You are trained to see that, my brother, please come. Let's be together. While I'm doing ABCD, you can do EFGH. And before they will just see you as partner, but that you are doing, you will say, Kevin, I usually are doing ABCD, EFGH. You understand me now? That is University of Benin for me. That thing is in me, and I'm fearless. I'm fearless. I face ministers. I face DGs. I face whoever I want to face.
I can agree that the institution,
and I don't.
that confidence.
You can't find me one thing. That you want to give me this. You want to give me this. No.
Okay, sir. You are currently a consultant to the House of Representatives, a committee on some diseases which you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Currently, our nation, Nigeria, is facing cholera outbreak.
Yes.
NCDC reported that about 30 persons have died since January.
Yeah.
What is the advice that you or your colleagues, your fellow consultants, are giving to the legislators that will help combat this situation?
Yeah, actually, when outbreak, when we had the outbreak, coupled with the rainy season, and my committee is a very sensitive committee. We deal with HIV/AIDS, we deal with tuberculosis, leprosy, and malaria control. And all these things. When you have and cholera, the outbreak outbreak of cholera, for it to be contained, it's not only to be the aspect of the hygiene.
Okay.
There's what is called crowd control.
Okay.
There's what is called crowd control. We are in rainy season. Maybe we have flooding. People will have to move from one particular place where we have 500 people on the plot of land, which is let's say 100 by 100. They now move to a side of the plot of land, which is now maybe 20 by 20 or 20. The place is now overcrowded. When that place is overcrowded, you have, and they have cholera. You have cholera. There's very high tendency.
Yeah.
And some of them who are in those places that are HIV positive, or they have malaria burden, they have malaria on them, or they have tuberculosis. Tuberculosis have to deal with lungs. You understand me now? So there's tendency that when they started taking malaria doses, there's tendency that those drugs will interfere with their diseases drug, and there's tendency that there will be multiplication because of crowding.
Yeah.
So what we are trying to do is that the advice we are giving them is that once the outbreak is out, then let us start from the hygiene. We'll start from the hygiene. People, wash your hand before you eat. This is rainy season. Wash your hand before you eat. Even taste before you put anything in your mouth. And you don't just wash your hand in a basin. You understand me now? We wash your hand in a running water with soap. You understand me now? So you have a clean air. And National Assembly, they can't carry out that. They don't execute policies.
Yeah.
Like under my committee, we have the National Malaria Elimination Program, that is Ministry of Health. We have the National Primary Health Development Agency under all. We have the NACA and some other. We have NADAC and other agencies under. So it is through this committee that we have to now get out to these agencies to put out from NACA. What is your policy statement on this? This, then NAFDAC, this, then NMEP, this, and the rest, and this thing. So that's and to send also, National Assembly is also to educate, and we are also telling them to send communications to their constituents at home. This they have to do. So we have to cut that. So we are cutting down on malaria, on the cholera. We have to be cutting down. We have to also try to mitigate the spread of malaria or HIV/AIDS and tuberculosis and whatever, where you have leprosy.
Okay. You are a public affairs analyst, and you're a former director of voter education at the Interparty Advisory Council of Nigeria. Recently, we had the election in the United Kingdom was held precisely July 4th. And I want us to look at the voters' turnout. It was recorded at about 60% of the registered voters voted in that election. In Nigeria in 2023, less than 30%, about 26%, voted in our own election. Yeah, it might be unfair comparing Nigeria to the United Kingdom because of our developmental indices. But if we look at Ghana, our neighbor, their last election, they had about 78% voters turnout. So what do you think we are not doing right to encourage Nigerians to come out? Or what is it that is progress, that is making our voter empathy to increase, to be on the increase always? What is that thing that we need to do? So how do we encourage Nigerians to come out to vote?
There's no way we can encourage. We don't encourage. I used to say this in all my, or even while I was INEC in IPAC, and when I was the National Publicity Secretary of my political party then, I used to say we don't encourage voters to come out. those voters are supposed to own the political parties. But in Nigeria, they don't own the political. We let voters, we in Nigeria, we left the political parties for people who want to buy it over. And we keep on complaining every day. Even if I vote, my vote will not count. How will your vote count? Well, you are not, no, you are a member of a political party, you don't pay dues. That's why somebody will come and pay the money and hijack the party. We don't belong to political parties. That's why you see people move around anyhow. Move around. Some people say, I don't have political party, I only vote for candidates. I don't know.
Well, don't you also think that the government, it is their responsibility to provide security? We have seen loss of lives in our election. We've seen violence.
The desperation is also what we are. The insecurity is coming from desperation. You have not invested in the politics. People have invested in the politics. You now want to come and stop them. And don't forget, people in government are from us.
No, of course.
They are from us. People in government, they are not from Ghana. They are not from Cameroon. They are now coming to govern Nigeria. People there, they came out of us now. They came out of from among us. So even those ones they don't see the political party as their political party, they see it as their property. Because there's no membership. The membership you see is vague. It's vague. So that is where the problem is coming from. That is where the problem is coming from. So it does not become the game of crooks. How fierce you are, how fierce looking you are, how dangerous you are, how wicked you are. How many money do you have? How much do you have? What is the rate? What is the worth of your weapons?
Yeah.
You understand?
And so also, I think
that is where the problem is coming from. I did being those foundations were there. No government will dare it.
Yeah.
No government will dare
it. Don't you think that there's no much confidence on the electoral body, INEC in this case? Because the last election, the country invested so much on beavers. Yes. But at the end of the day, the beavers at some point was turned off for technical or for reasons best known to INEC. Does that not reduce the confidence for voters to come out to vote? Because they might just decide and said, there's no need going out because INEC have a way they do things.
Actually, as an important effect, it will affect the confidence and it will affect the integrity of the result of the election.
Yes.
But what does those voters, what do they know about beavers? What do they know about Electoral Act? You know, I've been in the National Assembly for a very long time. I've worked in so many committees. Other House committee, I consult for the committee chairman, consult for ad hoc committees. You understand me now? I've taken part in about 2 or 3 concurrent reviews. The last 2 reviews of the Electoral Act.
Yeah.
This Electoral Act, this one that Buhari signed into law, I took active part. I took active part in drafting and seeing it to fruition. You understand me? I took active part. The committee will invite political parties. They don't come. All of them, they don't come around. You can see during the election when APC and PDP, when they were arguing about ad hoc, whether they are arguing about statutory delegates. If they have been part of the build-up to the electoral that was assented to by the president, no argument will not go into Umar here to get judgment, running to Kano to get judgment. Will not come up. I had some people that I consulted for. Some of them are governors today, even in the north. I told them, I said, I'm afraid to resign. Resign. They said, oh, you have to resign. Resign. He said, my governor, you will win your governor. Your governor is ignorant. Your governor, you win your governor. Resign. The governor appointed so many years, thinking they will be statutory delegates. That was how the president I'm talking about is a governor today in Nigeria. He's a north. He was a DG. Advising he was G3. I told him that look at it. He said I consulted for him. He paid me. I consulted for him. I filled his APC. I filled his APC form. I filled it. We cross-checked everything. I filled it to submit. He's a governor today. So that's where those problems are coming from.
Yeah, you made mention.
We don't know what is in our laws.
Yes, is it not also in the place of INEC and other stakeholders to educate Nigerians about?
Will Nigeria come there? I was a director of voter education. IPAC. IPAC is the body of all registered political parties in Nigeria. I was the national director of voter education. I taught the entire 36 states, all the 6 geopoliticals. I was doing voter education and sensitization everywhere. I coordinated it. Every election, whether it's off season or I go round. You understand me?
Yeah.
We will come. People, they won't come. Even people you are inviting, they will tell you that you have to pay them to come and hear. To come and tell them the new things in the law. You have to pay them. So what are you talking? I've been there.
I understand the frustration, especially when you want to teach people what is right. But I think there are other ways that we can actually bring these things to their doorsteps. There are other methods of communication or publicity.
Yeah.
Yes. But do you think INEC is actually doing enough?
My brother, forget it. INEC is not doing anything. Let's leave INEC. That's why I'm hammering. See, when something is there, when something is not working,
yes,
I don't beat a dead horse. But you see, something that will beat the dead horse will come. You know, they say you don't want. They say to be forewarned is to be forearmed. In Yoruba land, they said war does not consume a layman that have sense. Because you understand me now. Before the war will come, the person knows he cannot run. He won't be able to walk like people. He will be crawling. He will have been crawling for 1 month before you hey. Before you will say, "Where's Mr. He's gone." He won't be consumed. People that have 2 legs will be consumed. You understand me now? When we get our act right, forget about government. Well, there's nothing what is in government. For when we get our act, when we get our act right, leave government. What we are majorly executing ignorance on electoral matters. Ignorance. Where we're supposed to have electoral administration, we'll be looking for electoral governance. Where we're supposed to have electoral governance, we'll be looking for electoral adjudication. We forget that elections start from lawmaking, from National Assembly. Then application of the law, INEC, that's electoral administration and governance. Then from there it will move. The last place of election is where Supreme Court has given where the last court or the last ruling court has given the last judgment. Election does not stop with the result, but we see election as the day of voting and result declaration. No, before you to prepare, this person I said I consulted for, no, the person in that state, they did not go to tribunal against him. Yes, because as we were collecting from the day we submitted form, from the day INEC pasted that first, we know they will paste first one, then when they will now paste final list, all the we called for the document, we were recording the document. I was already looking at all the relevant part of the electoral act, where they can come and talk, and where we can bring them, or where we put them or hold them, they won't be able to come out. And see, you cannot buy form and be doing election without. It is better to do election through tribunal than to do election and be going to tribunal. Bring out all tribunal, whatever, what is needed to go to tribunal, put it down, use it to energize your election. Nobody can go to tribunal and win. That was what we did. One is there, nothing like tribunal, nothing like going to Supreme Court or High Court or Appeal Court, nothing. He has been enjoying himself.
That's we're actually going political to Ireland. Yeah. Let's come back home. Let's come back to Uniben. Earlier on, you said your venture into the University of Benin, your admission and you being a student of Uniben was strategic for you to become a monarch. Do you think Uniben has prepared you enough to become a monarch?
Uniben has prepared me. Benin City has prepared me.
Okay, that is
my environment has prepared me. Everything Uniben prepared me. You know, you have this. You know, I had this. I had this training there that you can actually you don't necessarily need to be there to execute whatever that's your plan if they are good. You understand? You don't need to be there. University of Benin gave me No, there are some schools. If you are not the SCG president, you can be talking from today to tomorrow. Nothing will happen.
So
Nothing will happen.
most of the ideas
but
hard for the institution.
Yes, I give ideas.
Yeah.
They listen to me. We will fight. I can give ideas now. I'll be coming from VCO. I will conclude everything before I get to 3 something will happen. I will make call. I will receive call from CSO. Introduce and say, I beg. You know. Then this our man, I've forgotten his name. Ola something. Not that tall black man. I will tell him. He says, I beg. I will just cut the phone off. You understand me now? As we fight daily and we resolve daily and we get things done daily.
That's good.
Our University of Benin, we train you how to delegate duties.
Okay.
University of Benin, we train you how to, if you like, you are standing in front of Queen Elizabeth or King Philip, you will say your mind, except you don't have a thing in you, of which it is even not. It is not total. It won't be totally possible for you to pass through university, no matter how useless you are when you are a student. That you not have something in you. It's not possible. It's not possible. You will get something. I came from Lagos. It's not as if I can't get admission in Ife or Ibadan. No, or Unilag. I can't go there. But I'm from Yoruba land, Ife. We can see like Benin City. It's also in Yoruba land. Let me go out. You understand? Let me go out. Let me combine the two.
Yeah.
Let me combine the two. Let me see. Another place I can go to is Calabar. But I have seen, or I'll go to Zaria. You understand me? You understand me? So it's like that. I was built by University of Benin and I was built by Benin City.
Okay, I can see. On a final note, yeah, as you prepare to become a monarch, we've seen some cases. We've seen what's happening in Kano, I think in Sokoto. Yeah, we've seen these issues with traditional rulers, issues instigated by political leaders. So, do you think that these political leaders, do you think they are downgrading the respect we have for our traditional institutions?
I will say yes and I will say no. You know, the problem started with the colonial masters.
Okay.
Because before the king is in charge of the administration of his people.
Yeah.
Everywhere is autonomous. But for them to have jurisdiction over everybody, they now have to go into the jurisdiction of these kings, and they will eroded on their rights and their privileges and authority, and coerce them into submission. And since then, this is where we are. And I used to say, there's no way we can be reviewing our constitution every time until we take power back to our monarchs.
So
there's no way we can
are you saying that we'll do better, we'll develop better if we still have the monarchical system of government?
Yes. Look at UK. The prime minister was elected. Immediately his party won. He went to the palace and he was given
the king is just the head of state. But the king is just the head of state. It's not the head of government.
I know, but he's the king of England.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, he's part of the government. He is part of the government.
Oh yeah, but it's just ceremonial. It's just ceremonial.
That ceremonial. Dr. Nabi Aske was once a president of Nigeria. Whether ceremonial or no ceremonial, he was accepting to build. He signed the law into the thing in Nigeria. Let us also have monarchs that are head of government.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand me? So that's where the issue is coming from. So we can't really blame the political side.
Yeah.
I can't really blame the traditional rulers. But if, as a traditional ruler, if you are political, if you are too political or you are political, these kind of things can happen. You understand me now?
Yeah.
If you are a traditional ruler and you just face your domain and you are doing whatever you're supposed to do.
I know I said on the final note before now, but this is the final. If you emerge as the monarch, as the king of your domain, of your area, what is that one thing? I know you might have different agendas, but what is top of that agenda for you, for your people? And please, can you mention the place too?
The place. My place is inside there under Ogolua local government in under is the town is under Ogbomoso land in Oyo State. Yes, that's my origin. What I have things in mind, you know, through the course of my life until I got here, I've gone through, and that place being an agrarian area, in my mind, you know, like I've been like, you look at my profile, I've been advocate of conservation of biodiversity, climate change alliance, all those things. And so now in the town, we can't reverse. There are a lot of things we cannot reverse in the urban areas.
The urban areas,
yeah. We have the rural areas, so we can still conserve those ones, not to. So we can actually become urban while we have those where the ecosystem is protected.
Yeah.
Because if we are not having, let me for instance, like pollinators, like butterflies, bees, and the rest, we are not having them. That means in the next, we only stay about some months. There will no food throughout the whole world. You understand me now? If we are not having forests that will consume the carbon, we are in some hours we are going to be dead. If we don't have fertile ground, soil, that will also consume carbon and some other things, we are, you know. So those things are very, very important. So my place is going to be, I'm going to make my place a green village. While I talk to farmers and people who engage in anything that has to do with forestation, land, cultivation, and the rest. So we have to now go into modern techniques where we not put too much burden on the mother nature as our town, and we see results. It is possible for me. I'll put up something we call climate credit. But if we are an advocate of climate change and mitigation, you have some credits to we will pay you some money.
Okay.
There are some in your farm. You are not just cutting off all the trees. You will leave the trees. You plant maize, cocoyam, and the rest. You just mix cropping and the rest, and you allow the environment to be environment. You allow those places to be what they are. While you are doing your farming and you put in new techniques and the rest, you get stipend for that, and so to make people know you can actually protect your environment and get paid for it. So a lot of things like that.
Thank you.
This is a modern day. We won't be doing all those. We won't sit. We'll just be sitting in the palace and be taking homage. No, we have to go out and bring
development. Yes. Thank you very much, Sai. That's been wonderful speaking with you. And we wish you all the best in the process of becoming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we have been speaking with Prince Akinloye Oyeniyi, who is a public affairs analyst and a consultant in the National Assembly on Committee on HIV/AIDS, Tuberculosis, Leprosy, and Malaria Control. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for self-peace, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law.